It is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023, and it is 5 p.m. And I hereby call this special meeting of the Elizabeth School District Board of Education to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Booth?
Here.
Director Callahan?
Here.
Director Olson?
Here.
Director Powell?
Here.
And Director Waller is absent.
Okay, well, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, I pledge allegiance
To
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do we have anybody for public comment, Jamie?
Do we want to do roll call for the approval?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Can I
okay.
get a roll call?
Sure. Director Booth?
Aye.
Director Callahan?
Aye.
Director Olson?
Aye.
Director Powell?
Aye.
Okay, the motion to approve the agenda as presented has been approved.
There is no
Okay.
public comment. There is no one else in the Zoom room at this time, so.
Okay, on to action items then. Okay, so our first action item is action item 6.1, which is a declaration of excess property and approval of the sales agreement, the parking lot across the street from the Frontier High School. What I want to do is I want to get a motion, and then before we second, I would like to read that resolution. So can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Okay.
I'll second.
And- Let me go ahead and read it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the resolution of the Elizabeth School District Board of Education, whereas the Board of Education has verified that a certain property owned by the district, commonly referred to as the detached parking lot at Frontier High School, will not be needed for any purpose authorized by law for district operations in the foreseeable future. And whereas the Board of Education has determined that a cash sale of the detached parking lot at Frontier High School will serve the economic needs of the district in order to enhance other facilities and/or operations. Now, therefore, the Board of Education hereby approves the sale of the parking lot at Frontier High School for $250,000 and authorizes the superintendent to execute the necessary documents presented to the board as part of this agenda item on the 19th of July, 2023. So we've had a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Can I get a roll call, please? Oh, any discussion first?
Yeah, let me just explain. It's
Okay.
important, I think, that for the record, I did have a conversation with one of our board members, which means obviously there could be some confusion in the community too. It is not the parking lot behind that's a part of the Frontier property. It is a parking lot that is detached, and that's why we added that word detached. It's across the street from Frontier. We have worked with the town, who has agreed that based on the width of the road, because of the prior bus drop off and pickup, that we will be able to add some angled parking into the building. So whatever that building eventually is used for, there will still be ample parking for activities at that building. So I did want to make sure that anyone who comes back and watches this meeting, that we're very clear we're not selling the parking lot that's behind the building. We're selling that piece of land directly across the street from it.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, I have a couple quick questions. So thank you for saying, for sure that we would still have plenty of parking, but I guess I'm curious, was it used and filled before with the use of the school as it was priorly used? don't think priorly is a word, but
But
anyway.
yeah, Frontier High School had it at the last year, I believe, around 27 students, maybe up to 30. It was used for some staff parking. And again, we didn't park on the curb because of buses that came in and picked up and dropped off. So it had been used. I'm sure when the middle school was there, when it was a full operating school, I'm sure it was staff parking and probably visitor parking as well. There are two pieces of playground equipment in the back parking lot that has reduced that parking lot size. That equipment is outdated and doesn't meet code. So as that area is redesigned, our architects from the University of Colorado at Denver have certainly indicated their desire to expand the parking lot that is attached to the building. So we believe we'll have ample parking, not only with some angled parking in the front, but also with some additional parking in the rear.
Okay, thank you. And then thank you for sending the contract. I was just kind of glanced through it, but so it looks like, at least to start, the offer, the contract to buy, is in the name of an individual.
Correct. It is an individual. This individual has developed the storage unit up by Safeway, and I forget what the other piece of property in Elizabeth, but it is a known contract or known developer here in the Elizabeth area. Just also, so you know, we had some conversation with the town early on about potentially their interest in this property. So when I received this offer, I did reach out to Patrick, the town manager, who indicated that in no way could the town compete with that offer, nor did he believe that it was not in our best interest to accept it. So we have spoken to the town. We've spoken to DOLA, who we are working with on the redevelopment of the building. We've spoken to the University of Colorado Denver's technical assistance team that's working with us. And all are in agreement that this is a great opportunity for us to, obviously, we're going to have to do some investment in the building for us to get it back occupied. And this gives us some money that's not going to impact our students and our per pupil funding that currently is in our budget for this coming year. So just so the board knows, we did consult with all of the appropriate entities to make sure that there wasn't any concern expressed on the part of any of them, and all are supportive of this effort moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Can I get a roll call?
Sure, I just want to confirm, Mary, you were the first and Heather second?
Yes.
Okay. Director Booth? Roll call? She's muted.
Oops.
I think Mike is muted as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. Sorry, I had a sneeze and I muted and I realized I couldn't unmute myself.
That's okay. Director Booth?
Aye.
Director Callahan?
Aye.
Director Olson?
Aye.
And Director Powell?
Aye.
Okay. So action item 6.1, declaration of the motion to approve the resolution of declaration of excess property and approval of the sales agreement parking lot across the street from the Frontier High School has been approved. Okay. Next up is action item 6.2, which is approval of the calendar change for the 23-24 school year, which would be the September 22nd Professional Development Day and the April 14th regular school day. So can I get a motion that the board approve the recommended change to the 23-24 calendar as recommended by the superintendent, Dan?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, discussion.
I'll chime in real quick and just say,
Okay.
as we were, we have a number of curriculum initiatives underway to create clarity for our families about our curriculum and support our teachers and actually identifying those materials that they can use in their classrooms. As we were looking at the calendar, it was brought to my attention that all of the professional development days were in second semester, which didn't make a whole lot of sense because typically you want to develop your staff throughout the year, not just as they're getting tired and ready to go off for the summer. So So we did float this by principals. September 22nd. It gives us a few weeks to get school open. Obviously, teachers will have some pre-service time to do some of that curriculum work, but we felt like in September, it also broke up the long run through October. And we felt like it would be less impactful. We will ensure that as we communicate with parents about the March 14th date now becoming a school day, that obviously some parents do take this calendar and begin making reservations for spring break trips. We will ensure that our families know that should they have already scheduled their children to be gone during the 14th, that it will be an excused absence. So I think it's important that we lead with that information so we don't frustrate our parents. We know it's never good to change a calendar this late, but I do believe that this will give us an important day with our staff to truly front load some of that important professional development.
So I was thinking in your email to us, Dan, that it said there are 3 of these professional development days normally in a year.
Correct.
Where, so
Right
is
here,
this,
this February 16th
that's another one.
here and April 12th. So again, all of them fall February, March, and April.
Okay, yeah,
which-
okay.
Which again,
So it's March 14th?
March 14th is the one that we're proposing become a regular school day in lieu of the 22nd, which, and actually,
The agenda says April 14th, so I just wanted to clarify.
shoot. All right, thank you. All right. Yeah, it should be March 14th, so we'll want to modify.
Okay.
Thank you for catching that, Mike.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
So the little rounded rectangles are just
Mhm.
something that you highlighted for this purpose today.
Correct.
This isn't a coding that's normally on there. Because
Correct.
I was
No,
looking all over the place for.
when Jamie comes back tomorrow, she's just getting back from vacation, so welcome back, Jamie. We'll work on modifying the calendar. I actually have a communication going out to parents tomorrow that I will include this information in, that, due to a realization of a need for professional development in the beginning of the year, we have made this change, and again emphasize that for families that have planned something for spring break, including the 14th, that we will certainly mark that as an excused absence.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I have work done being here. That's why I muted myself before.
Yeah, no
So-
worries.
So at this point, I think we need to modify our motion or correct our motion.
Yeah.
Because the motion was to approve the calendar change for September 22nd and April 14th, which it should be March 14th.
So who made the motion?
I believe I
Heather.
made the motion.
Are you okay?
So yes, I'm okay to modify it.
And who seconded it?
I second, so I'll second to modify it as well.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay. So any further discussion? All right. I think we're okay to move forward with a roll call.
All right, Director Booth,
Aye.
Director Callahan,
Aye.
Director Olson,
Aye.
and Director Powell.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. So the motion has been approved. The modified motion. Okay. So next up we have action item 7.1, which is Board of Education Planning and New Business. So 7.1, our next meeting will be a board retreat scheduled for July 31st, 2023. And that'll be posted in advance as well of the meeting. So there will be a public posting confirming the details.
That will be at the Hideaway Retreat
Yep.
on County Line Road. Again, as you indicated, President Olson will make sure that the address is there.
Is that
Okay.
meeting, when we come to that, is that going to be streamed or recorded or anything, or?
Will not be recorded. It is open to the public, so anyone who wishes to come certainly may, but there is no recording and there's no minutes because it's a work session. It's
Right,
board
right.
retreat, so there are no minutes from that meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, if there is no further business, I think we are okay to go ahead and adjourn this meeting. It is, let me see the time here. It is 6:15 p.m. and I adjourn this meeting. 5:15. I'm sorry, I'm in a different time zone.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, everyone.